You see, there's been an experience. We won't, I think since the establishment of IPAC, NDC has always been with IPAC. IPAC was used to change our ballots, how do you call it, the opaque ballot boxes from...
Yeah.
It was,
a lot of changes have
yeah,
gone
it was through IPAC. A lot of changes. Now that we vote both presidential and parliamentary, it was done through IPAC. So IPAC has helped our election process tremendously. You understand? And they were all reps of political parties. Here we come, a new EC chair, Madam Jane Mensah. We experienced her a couple of times. We've been at IPAC, where our general secretary then smiled and the EC chair got angry that you are not supposed to smile when I'm talking. It became an issue in this country. We've been at IPAC where decisions were made. Then the EC chair comes up to misquote us. Certain things that were not said. She came out publicly and said, we took this decision at IPAC. The NDC said, no, we were there.
Which one in particular?
There was an issue that they did not come to a concrete, conclusion to it. Then the EC chair came out boldly to say that we decided on. Then the NDC came to rebut that, no, we were there. Yeah. You see, there have been some experiences. But we all need to trust each other. And even in this case, if NDC will excuse itself from any discussion or any meeting, it shouldn't be the referee. But here, the referee is wearing a political shirt. The referee has decided, but how can you, for the good of this country, tell a general secretary of a position of a how do you call it, the largest opposition party, that why are you smiling when I'm talking? And in an angry manner, we heard Bosman Asari telling we the NDC that we are a threat to Ghana's democracy. Since 1992, no EC chair has spoken this way before, and nobody called him to order. Bella, we've been in this country where Madam Jane Mensah has even gone to Parliament and lied under oath. We are not going to use Ghana card to do this, blah, blah, blah. At the end, she does otherwise. And nobody called her to order. We did not hear any voice. Bella, we did not hear any voice. I can say, what na say na you bone na wankasa. What the EC chair, this current one, her behavior, her posturing towards us is very appalling. And I expect the Peace Counsel, we know they don't have resources, they don't have whatever it takes, but at least they should put in efforts, because in 2016, prior to 2016 election or during the ex-Wa Mohammed's government, they were very loud and clear. They were very active. But around this time, any comments from the actors of this government, they seem not to hear about it. Bella, look at this instance. There have been an instance where people have called on the Agric minister for his comments. Then quickly, the police got another petition or whatever. Then they behave like senior housemasters. You go home, sin no more, go home, sin. Is the police supposed to behave that way? The police principal duty is to use law and order.
But they say you don't tell them how to do their job. They know their job.
They know their job.
So do your job and let them do their job.
Bella, so at the end of the day, what do we get at? The comments of the minister does it have any basis in the law that is treasonable? Does it have any basis in the law that the police must act on? If anybody in the NDC says something that has basis in the law, because what that minister said is treasonable according to our constitution. You cannot subvert the power of the people. If you try to do that, it's treasonable. That is what the law says. And the police is supposed to use the law to work.
But the MPP has explained that you're misconstruing what the minister
Bella,
said.
The police should use the law to work. The police is now behaving like a bushapeni, telling both sides because this one brought this. So in the next few years, if something comes up again, then we bring it to the police. The police will go back to 2020 videos, 2020 tapes. Is that how the police is supposed to work?
You don't think that they took all these into consideration before deciding
what kind of investigations
that everyone
are they
should
doing?
Go their separate ways?
What kind of investigation is that, Bella? Something comes up, we quoted the law, that deal with the law. That is their primary responsibility. What kind of investigations were they doing? So anything will come up, then somebody will go and bring somebody's tape, somebody's audio years back, then you equalize it.
Is that how you felt?
That is how it was. So at the end of the day, it's like the MPP has won. At the end of the day, it's like the MPP has won. They've allowed Ahmed's hero to go scot-free. But the actions he made were bad. They were for. Then we hear the Peace Council again, bringing all of us together. Somebody has made the comment, call the person out, deal with the issue. If tomorrow an NDC person does same, do the same thing. But as soon as this government, any of their appointees or whatever, does anything, then quickly they want to paint all political parties with one broad brush. Then they come under, let's come together and say, Bella,
but what is wrong in wanting you to come together to discuss this peacefully?
Bella, call the
person
person out. NDC, no NDC person or minister or whatever has made that treasonable comment. So at this moment, deal with Brian Champon. Don't bring us all together under the guise of, no. I mean, when we do that, people will do things and hide under.
So why was your party general secretary there if you didn't think that it was necessary?
He has been called. But Bella, what is the point? Has NDC made any comments that is treasonable?
Well, MPP also filed a petition to the CID about comments that the former president John Dramani Mahama made
2 years ago.
And what the now chairman of the NDC also
how many months ago
said.
And they saw the need to do that immediately after we petitioned Brian Champon. Or we sent a petition to the police about what the Minister for Agri said. Bella, this is not fair. I mean, this is not, at least, let's behave in a way and bring in some trust and let's see that we are using, we are not trying to be on the side of somebody. This government is influencing all the state institutions, even including the Peace Council. We are not seeing them as active as they were before. That is the point. Bella, we've seen them before. You understand? We've had opinion leaders in this country before. The pastors, those who were calling in Nyansafo. Now they are all quiet.
They say they are not being paid and they have so many cases. 292 cases are before them.
During our time when they were so active too, they were not paid. But they were very active. They were very, very active doing their Peace Council job. And that is what we expect them to say, because Brian's comment is not the only comment. Lord Kome has made it. Nanado has made it. Is that how you call for elections in this country? Is that how you called for elections? Bella, elections has thrown a lot of country. It has destroyed a lot of countries. So issues like this, you don't joke with it. Electoral Commission. Now, this government again, Nana Adodankwa Akufo-Addo, is appointing non-MPP communicators, whatever, into EC.
You have petitioned the Council of State on this.
And you see, did we even need to petition? Bella, this is a country we are building. And we gave the evidence out. Nobody said anything about it. We have to petition the Council of State. I expect the Peace Council to be that ombuds person that will whip, irrespective of who you are. But it is not behaving this way.
So are you taking, like what Naya said, it looks as if, the different sides have taken entrenched positions. So it's as if I'm not moving, I'm not shifting until you do this. This one too says, I won't do this until...
We have seen Peace Council before. Yes, we know this is a sacrificial work they are doing. At least everybody has a job and you have a work too. Work is what you do without payment. You do it for fulfillment or to serve humanity. So we understand they are not being paid. But if they are doing it well, they should do it well and get results. They should do it for everybody to see that, yes, they are doing the work devoid of discrimination or whatever. But you see, when somebody makes a statement, instead of dealing with it, then quickly you want to equalize.
So until that happens, you're not going back to IPAC?
That is not fair.
I'm asking a question.
That is not fair.
Until that happens, you're not going to any IPAC meeting? So if the Peace
Council really want peace, this electoral commissioner must be spoken to. Madam Jane Mensah, she should know that she is appointed to be a referee in Ghana's elections, but not to wear a political shirt. This same electoral commissioner gave us a time for meeting, gave MPP 10 a.m. and gave MDC 10 p.m. prior to 2020 elections. This same electoral commission, well, nobody said anything. But then before we realized, the meeting was over. The time they gave us was 10 p.m. If we had cautioned or had asked them why you gave us this time, they would say that, oh, you people, you are making too much noise. We are the commission and we gave you time. Meanwhile, they gave MPP a different time. Well, can't you think it's deliberate because of your previous behavior or your action towards us? It's deliberate.
So you won't let it go until she's been...
Bella,
she's been approached by the Peace Council and spoken to.
Exactly, because
you will not go to IPAC meetings.
When she came and appointed eminent advisors, we told her, these are people who are well respected, who has experiences in their various, departments or various fields. These are people that when words become worse, we go to them. So use the IPAC and let these people be at their various corners. So when situations become very dire that you need really, really help, we go to them. You don't bring these people into your activities now. So when we need to go to people, their electoral disputes, electoral, misunderstanding, where do we go to? Because we've already brought them in. All these years we've used IPAC to solve a lot of problems, and our democracy has evolved and it's improved. Why do you put IPAC aside and go and bring pastors, reverend ministers, journalists, people, imams, people that, they are supposed to be at behind the scenes? Then you only see them when the situations are very, very, very serious. You brought them in. So at the end of the day, when there are electoral disputes, what do you say? They were all part of the decision. Bella, do you understand?
Okay.
And we caution this Peace Counsel. Nobody said anything about Bella. You can't beat somebody and tell the person not to cry. You cannot beat the person and tell the person not to cry.
Okay.
This electoral commission gave different figures to 2020 election results. But what did the Peace Counsel say?
All these things have happened. The Peace Council says that let's come together and have a conversation moving forward.
Has the Peace Council called out Madame Jane Mensah?
So
because
they need to call her out.
Election is not an event.
Okay.
It's a process.
Okay.
We are starting from somewhere. The woman's attitude towards that democracy, it's dangerous.
All right.
And we expect them to do something about it. You don't wait, then as soon as somebody did something and we want to talk about it, then quickly, let's bring all of them together. NDC and NPP are not the same.
So in this case, as you've also petitioned the Council of State on the matter concerning Dr. Peter Piaget and the Hajia as well, what if nothing is done about it? Because you're saying that you're expecting that on moral grounds, at least the Council of State would also speak to the matter and act on it. But if that doesn't happen, then what goes
Bella,
after that?
That is why the media too is there. Bella, we are all building a country. We cannot allow one person to destroy this country for us. We cannot allow one's action to put us where, like a place of no return one day. Bella, all these things that the NDC is shouting and crying about, it is for the good of this country. We have history of other African countries. They are not different from us. We know what elections can cause in countries. Bella, so that is why it is not only, you see, they've made it as if it is an NDC fight. No, Bella, it's because every individual, if you have sound man and 18, you have the right to vote and choose your leader. Bella, you bring political parties here to speak to your viewers so that your viewers can have the decency to choose from the alternative. You understand? You don't just bring us here for fun. And these are all the things that we are doing to develop and improve our democracy. So if you do all this and the presidency decides to appoint a non-MPP person to the EC, it doesn't take the fight. It doesn't take the NDC alone to do this.
Let me come.
All of us must come on board and call them out.